Thank you, and I want to thank Ben Klein for asking me to come help out with this effort. I don't think there's a more important effort out there. It could get rid of 4 Republican congressional representatives at once with 1 vote in April. That's what we're up against. So I just want to stress how important this is. I actually liked gerrymandering in the late 80s because my first legislative aid job was for George Allen. And they gerrymandered him out of his district, and he said, well, fine, I'll just be governor instead. So, that one worked out. But in general, it's a bad thing. And, they passed this. A lot of people gave us these idealistic reasons a few years ago to support this. And some of those people, unfortunately, are on the other side now. So you've got to fight through this. And my family is experienced in lobbying in Virginia, even before George Allen. My 12th great grandmother, Pocahontas, actually convinced Powhatan not to kill that scumbag John Smith. But, so we've been doing this a while. But this is such a great that Virginia has set the tone on how to do redistricting. And this overt attempt to turn it around. But the one thing I want to say that's different, we've all done campaigns. I've been in the South almost my whole life, got called up to Wisconsin to kind of do the Trump turnout last time. And a lot of these races, our main focus is just get conservatives to vote. We need more people who think Trump does a good job voting than people who don't like Trump's tweet voting against him. It's a turnout. I just want to tell you, this is the one race that there's some persuasion. I've seen this issue play out. And for every 5 conservatives you're turning out to vote, which is still most important, on this one, pick that one kind of reasonable Democrat, independent, who you can start a conversation by saying, hey, I know we disagree on some politics, but you agree we should have fair maps, right? You agree that if 51% of all Virginians vote for a Democrat member of Congress in 2024 like happened, that 6-5 is fair, probably not 10-1, which is what will happen if they slice you all up into little pieces of districts. So I just encourage you, this is a race where you can win some people over that are reasonable in the middle. Still, again, it's 5 calls to conservatives to get them out to vote. We have to do that first. But find this as that one bonding moment to see which your friends are reasonable. And if they turn you down, then they're not reasonable on anything political. But try them. This really can be a persuasion, and that's what we've seen in the past. I saw up in Michigan, it got 61%, same proposal exactly. And, this is fair. California, and the other thing I want to say, though, is don't be overconfident. I know there's one poll showing it's winning big. California was up in the 60% approval, and they made it all about, well, we all hate Trump, and this is about Trump, and it dropped 24 points, and they lost it there, which means we'll lose 5 congressional seats in California. So it's the same battle here. So reach out all you can, and I'm glad to say you can be one of the first to sign up at stopthegerrymander.com, because it went live about an hour ago. So we have people signing up already. And as Congressman Klein said, as he's chairing this and as he announced, we're really the one grassroots group. We're not focused on raising a bunch of money to do TV ads. We're focused on getting people in, getting you a list of people you can call, or just having you sign up and say, hey, I'm going to call through my list of 20 people. Or for those of you who don't mind getting on an app, there are people who make hundreds of calls, and we send you a list of people you can call and persuade. But this is all, how do we get the grassroots going? I've seen this is one of these grassroots issues. There aren't a bunch of big moneyed special interests behind it, except for the $5 million put in by the left that's purely trying to take 5 congressional seats. So this is one of those races you can win grassroots. This is one where I can honestly tell you, you sitting in this room and you deciding to call 50 people and then deciding it's not that hard and calling 200 people between now and April 21st, it really can overcome big money. And there's some cynical times when the big money seems to dominate and you feel like, gosh, I feel like I'm just whistling. I can't do it. This one, you really can turn the election. We can really win over some of those people who maybe we won't get on any vote on a candidate. There are those people who will vote no against this because they voted for these nonpartisan commissions in 2021. So if you have someone who voted for these commissions 5 years ago, is now hearing from Abigail or whoever they should vote against, and maybe they voted Democrat last time, keep a few of those on mind. They can be a difference in this race, in addition, of course, turning out every conservative we have. So thank you for the time. And again, thank you, Congressman Klein, for pulling me into this. We got out they sent me up to Wisconsin. We got out 402,000 candidate comparisons in a state that went from 29,000 vote Biden win to 20,000 vote Trump win. It was all grassroots. It wasn't big money. And I just tell you, we can win the same kind of race here. And it's great to be back in Virginia, staying with Mom. And appreciate y'all having me today. Thank you.